Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United's move for Adrian Rabiot is now off due to high wage demands. That's according to David Ornstein. Revert back to last week. He said that Manchester United agreed a 15 million fee with Juventus for Adrian Rabiot, and the Athletic said that Man United were working on signing Adrian Rabiot from Juventus. Juventus got Adrian Rabiot on a free transfer from PSG. Before, Rabiot endured 2 loan spells with Toulouse, and he played for Man City before he came up their academy. Now, I want to give you some news on Matheus Cunha. So, Matheus Cunha is not interested in a move to Manchester United this summer. It did say yesterday that Manchester United were close to signing Matheus Cunha from Atletico Madrid for a fee of around 42 million. Now I want to give you some more news on Cristiano Ronaldo. So Manchester United are now ready to consider offers for Ronaldo. Manchester United could let the striker leave in the transfer window. The United squad want Ronaldo gone. Ronaldo's contract at Manchester United expires next year. There's an option of a further year. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last year from Juventus. Ronaldo's been his second spell at Man United. Since he re-signed, he's got 18 goals in the Premier League. He has 24 goals in all competitions. Ronaldo has got a good pedigree as a player. He's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Ronaldo played in the 4-0 defeat to Brentford last weekend. He was poor. He played in the opening game against Brighton, didn't start but came on. Revert back to Manchester United's final pre-season friendly against Rayo Vallecano. Ronaldo left before the end of the friendly, so that stirred suggestions up. Ronaldo missed the vast majority of Man United's pre-season games due to family reasons. You know the news on Frankie de Jong. Manchester United's offer for Frankie de Jong expires as the Dutchman turns down a 70 million switch to Old Trafford. Last week it said that Man United were confident of landing Frankie de Jong by the end of this week, and it said that Man United agreed a deal with Frankie de Jong's agent. Chelsea are also in for him Throughout the course of this summer, Man United have been trying to get Frenkie de Jong. Erik ten Hag wants a reunion with the player. You know, Ten Hag worked with Frenkie de Jong at Ajax. De Jong has been at Barcelona since 2019. He's under contract with Barcelona till 2026. Barcelona got him in a deal worth 65 million from Ajax. He is a versatile midfielder. Recently, Manchester United have been linked with Jamie Vardy. It said Manchester United considering move for Jamie Vardy, and Court Offside mentioned that Man United are ready to offer Jamie Vardy a 1-year deal. Jamie Vardy, of course, is at Leicester. He's been a long-serving player at Leicester. He's been at Leicester for around a decade. He joined Leicester back in 2012. His contract at Leicester expires next year. He's made over 300 appearances for Leicester and scored over 100 goals. At Leicester, you know, Vardy's won the Championship, he's won the Premier League. Leicester won that back in 2016 under Claudio Ranieri. And he's won the Golden Boot. When Leicester got Vardy, they got him for just 1 million. You know, don't forget Vardy risen up from non-league football. Yeah, to emulate to the level that he's now at. But before, you know, Vardy was at Fleetwood Town. Before then played for Halifax. And before played for Storksbridge Park Steels. And he was at Sheffield Wednesday at one point. You know, he came up Sheffield Wednesday's academy. You know, Man United are confident of making more signings before transfer deadline. So far this summer, Manchester United have made 3 signings. Manchester United signed Tyrell Malacia from Feyenoord, got him for 13 million. Malacia is under contract with Man United until 2026. There's an option of a further 12 months. Man United also signed Christian Eriksen on a free transfer. When Eriksen officially signed, he signed a 3-year contract. And Manchester United signed Lisandro Martinez from Ajax in a deal worth 57 million. Martinez is under contract with the club until 2027. There's an option of a further 12 months. So this summer Man United have spent around 70 million. Let me put into the equation that Man United have let players go this year. By the way, Manchester United have decided to sell James Garner. I heard that Tottenham and Nottingham Forest are interested in him. James Garner is under contract with Man United until 2024. Not so long ago, Man United let Alex Telles go out on loan to Sevilla with no buy option. I knew Telles was going to be leaving the club when obviously Man United signed Tyrell Malacia from Feyenoord. Manchester United also loaned Dean Henderson out to Nottingham Forest. Earlier on this year, Manchester United let Lee Grant go. Manchester United also let Matheus go. Matheus went to Roma, so he's reuniting with Jose Mourinho. Man United also let Pogba go when his contract expired. He left Man United for the second time on a free. He went back to Juventus. Manchester United also let Jesse Lingard go when his contract expired. Lingard went to Nottingham Forest. Man United also let Juan Mata leave on a free transfer. Edison Cavani, he left on a free earlier on this year. Manchester United also sold Andreas Pereira to Fulham. And Man United let quite a few young players go. And like I've said, there's certainly more players on their way out of the club. I definitely think Jones is on his way out of the club. You know, Jones is not one of our first choice centre-halves. You know, Jones has only made like 3 or 4 Premier League appearances since January 2020. At one point, Jones was out with a knee injury for a while. Jones's contract at Man United expires next year. Jones has endured around 11 years at Man United, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Man United did get Phil Jones from Blackburn under the Ferguson era. Axel Tuanzebe is on his way out of the club. Last season he was out on loan with Villa. He's endured 3 loan spells with Aston Villa. I think Harry Maguire's on his way out of the club, but not until next year. He's still the Man United captain. As you all know, Erik ten Hag has got faith in him. But throughout the course of last season, the vast majority of Man United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire because Maguire is not a leader. Maguire has been at Manchester United for around 3 years. Man United overpaid for him, got him for 80 million. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment. I think Diego Dalot is on his way out of the club as well. But I think he won't leave until next year. Dalot is appeared to be our first choice right back under Ten Hag. He was our first choice right back under Ralph Rangnick. Don't get me wrong, Dalot's had his good games at United. His contract at Manchester United expires next year. Man United got Dalot from Porto, paid around 19 million for him, brought him in under the Jose Mourinho era. At one point, Dalot had a loan spell with AC Milan, and reflecting on that, he gained some experience. I think Wan-Bissaka is also on his way out of the club. He's no longer our first choice right back. Eric Bailly, I think he's on his way out of the club. He's not one of our first choice centre-halves. But he is a good centre-half, but my element of concern about Bailly is injury prone. We got Bailly from Villarreal back in 2016. Man United paid around 30 million. So Bailly's been at the club for a good 5 years or so now. He's got 2 years left on his contract. I think Lindelof and Fred could be leaving Man United next year as well, because they're not good enough. You know, Lindelof's not one of our first choice centre-halves, but Lindelof, you know, has played a lot of games alongside Maguire. You know, quite clearly Lindelof and Maguire do not complement each other in our back line. Lindelof's played games alongside Varane, he's played alongside Bailly. To be fair, at times when Lindelof and Bailly have played together, they have complemented each other well. Let's put it this way, Lindelof and Bailly looked better than Lindelof and Maguire. Lindelof's played games alongside Jones as well. And as for Fred, I just have my strong reservations about him. Fred has played a lot of games alongside Scott McTominay in the centre midfield, and quite clearly they do not complement each other. And a lot of pundits have said, and a lot of United fans have said, Fred and McTominay in your midfield, you're not going to win another league title. Man United got Fred quite a few years ago now from Shakhtar Donetsk in a deal worth 50 million. I still think Manchester United could sell Anthony Martial. Martial was injured not so long ago, but to his credit, Martial did well throughout pre-season, scored quite a few goals. Revert back to last season, he was out on loan with Sevilla. Martial has been at Manchester United for around 7 years. Man United got him from Monaco back in 2015. The best season Martial enjoyed was his debut season under Louis van Gaal. Martial's got 2 years left on his Man United contract. Like I said, Ronaldo could be going. Brandon Williams, I've got to say, he's on his way out of the club as well. Last season he was out on loan with Norwich, and Brandon Williams has been injured, hasn't he, recently? And the news regarding Marcus Rashford. Not so long ago, Man United did insist that Marcus Rashford wasn't for sale. And we're looking to agree a new contract for Rashford. Rashford's contract at Man United expires next year. PSG are interested in signing Marcus Rashford. RMC Sport said not so long ago that PSG had begun discussions for Marcus Rashford, and PSG value Rashford at around 60 million. So there you go. And not so long ago, I forgot to mention, Ethan Laird joined QPR on loan. Manchester United have enjoyed a terrible start to the Premier League season. Manchester United lost the first 2 league games. Got thrashed by Brentford last weekend 4-0. And Man United lost their opening game to Brighton at Old Trafford 2-1. Manchester United are bottom of the league with 0 points. Manchester United's next game is at home to Liverpool next Monday. Erik ten Hag, of course, he's already been prejudged by a lot of Manchester United fans. But I ain't going to prejudge ten Hag, because ten Hag is blameless for the poor performances and, poor results. The players have to take responsibility for that. And the board are partly to blame as well. But, Erik ten Hag, he's aware that he's got big expectations to exceed. Don't forget, this is the first ever time he's managing in the Premier League, and like I've said before, the Premier League is totally contrast to the Dutch League. You've just got to admire, though, what ten Hag did when he was at Ajax, because when he was at Ajax, he won Eredivisie titles. He won Dutch Cups, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. And he developed the young players well. Ten Hag was the Ajax manager for around 5 years. Ten Hag, he's Man United's 5th permanent manager since Alex Ferguson. Ten Hag's under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. Let me put into the equation that, ten Hag is inheriting Deadwood. The vast majority of his squad's not his. There's only 3 players that are ten Hag's, and they're the 3 players he's brought in this year. Obviously, we've got Mitchell van der Gag and Steve McLaren at Man United. They're working alongside Ten Hag. Eric Ten Hag was the one that recommended them in. We've got Benny McCarthy at the club. We've got John Murtaugh at Man United. He's our director of football. We've got Richard Arnold. Richard Arnold is our CEO. Richard Arnold was the one that replaced Ed Woodward when Ed Woodward resigned. Obviously, the Glazers still at Manchester United. They've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. The Glazers have owned Man United for around 17 years. They've been at the club since 2005. Well, they bought the club for 500 million, didn't they? But for a while now, the vast majority of Man United fans have been protesting against the Glazers. And Man United fans are planning a protest against the Glazers ahead of the game against Liverpool next Monday at Old Trafford. And the other week, Sir Alex Ferguson came back to Manchester United in an advisory role. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.